Today we're diving into something that always gets people talking, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
British versus American English.
Yeah.
It's this like ongoing friendly battle full of jokes, confusion sometimes, but genuine curiosity too, especially if you're learning English.
Yeah, definitely. We've been looking at this really lively discussion from a language learning source, and it just perfectly captures the playful side, but also some, pretty interesting differences.
Exactly.
And just to be clear, for you listening, our goal here isn't about picking a winner.
No, definitely not.
It's more about understanding why they're different. Looking at pronunciation, vocabulary, spelling, even a bit of grammar.
We want to pull out the practical stuff, right? So you feel informed but not bogged down by it all.
Precisely. And hopefully have a bit of fun with it, find some surprising things along the way.
Okay, so where should we start? Pronunciation feels like the obvious battleground.
Yeah, let's do it.
And the classic example, the letter T. It lives such different lives.
It really does.
Our source brings up water. You hear Americans say water, sort of soft like a D, but Brits often go quate, much crisper T. So what's the story there?
Well, it gets into the phonetics, the actual sounds. In a lot of British accents, especially received pronunciation, that T sound is quite a distinct plosive, they call it.
Plosive.
Yeah, like a little pump, where the airflow stops, then releases. They keep that T sharp.
Okay.
Whereas in American English, very often, especially between vowels, that T becomes what linguists call a flap or a tap.
A flap.
Your tongue just quickly taps the moof of your mouth, so water becomes water. Think of butter, too.
Oh, yeah. Water.
Exactly. It's not really murdering the T's, as the source jokingly puts it.
Right.
It's more like an efficiency thing that just evolved in American speech patterns.
And for you listening, getting your ear around these shifts is pretty key, isn't it?
Absolutely. For understanding people, obviously, but also if you're aiming for a particular accent yourself, it helps you sound more natural.
Makes sense. Okay, so our ears can definitely pick up those sound differences.
Yeah.
But vocabulary, that's where you can really get caught out.
Oh, for sure. Word swaps.
Yeah. Let's unpack this a bit. We all know the basics, like apartment versus flat or elevator versus lift.
The classic ones.
And there's that sort of playful idea, British terms sounding maybe more elegant, American ones more straightforward.
Perhaps, yeah. But it gets even more interesting with the really culturally specific stuff. The source had some great examples.
Like what?
Well, take boot. For a Brit, that's the trunk of your car.
Right.
Which apparently goes way back to old carriages having a boot for luggage. So there's history there.
Ah, interesting.
But the one that always causes fireworks is biscuit.
Oh, the biscuit debate. Yes.
In the UK, a biscuit is, well, what an American calls a cookie, right? A hard, sweet thing.
Yeah. Dunk it in your tea.
Exactly. But then you tell a Brit that an American biscuit is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a soft, fluffy, savory bread thing, often with gravy.
And the reaction is?
Usually horror. The source mentioned barbaric.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it just shows, doesn't it, how one little word carries so much cultural baggage, especially culinary baggage.
Definitely gives you those aha moments about culture, not just language. I remember asking for a torch in London once.
Yes, and got a flashlight.
Exactly. So, from sounds and words, let's look at the page. Spelling.
Right, the visual differences.
This is where you really see the difference. Like color versus color.
C-O-L-O-U-R.
Or favorite versus favorite. It's like, is there a national vowel shortage in the U.S. or something? What's with the extra U in British English?
Well, the British take, maybe slightly exaggerated for fun, is that they're being thorough, keeping the spellings that came from, French or Latin influences.
Okay, for addition.
Whereas the American side sees it as, well, maybe a bit pretentious or just unnecessary. Let's streamline it.
Was that intentional?
Actually, yeah. A lot of it goes back to Noah Webster.
The dictionary guy.
The very same. Early 19th century, he actively pushed for simpler spellings to make American English distinct, move away from British norms he saw as inconsistent.
So it was a conscious choice.
Very much so. And for you, the learner, while pronunciation might confuse you now, spelling matters for writing right. Emails, reports.
Yeah, avoiding those little red squiggly lines from spell check.
Exactly. Knowing the difference helps you write appropriately for your audience.
Good point. Okay, beyond single words, sentence structure, grammar. It's subtler.
It can be, yeah. But it definitely adds to the overall flavor.
The source highlighted, I've got a cold, very British, versus I have a cold, American. And the source called the American one very robotic.
Huh, yeah, that's a bit harsh maybe, but it captures a feeling.
And then there's, shall we have a cuppa? Quintessentially British, right? Seems to mean more than just want tea.
Definitely. That I've got structure. It's just very common, very natural in British conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe feels a bit warmer, less direct than just I have.
Okay.
And shall we have a cuppa? Yeah, that's loaded with cultural meaning. Politeness, ritual, taking a moment. It's not just about the drink.
It signals something more.
Exactly. And you see other things like past participles. Americans often use gotten, haven't gotten the mail yet.
Right.
Brits would usually just say, I haven't got the mail yet. Small things, but they add up.
And noticing these helps you understand native speakers better.
For sure. And it helps you tune your own English to sound more natural in whichever context you're aiming for.
This is all fascinating stuff, which leads us to the big practical question for anyone listening and learning.
The million-dollar question.
Pretty much. After all this, which one should you study? British? American? Does it really matter?
Yeah, and the advice from the source, which I think is spot on, is that it boils down entirely to your goals.
Makes sense.
There's no better English. It's about what you need it for. Planning to move to London, watch lots of BBC, then yeah, British English focus seems logical. But if you're mostly watching Netflix, working with US companies, planning a trip to the States, American English is probably going to feel more relevant, maybe easier to pick up just through exposure.
So it's really about where you'll use it most.
Exactly. Align your learning with where you see yourself using the language. Simple as that, really.
Right. But what if your situation is mixed? Or maybe you just like words from both.
Yeah.
Can you, mix and match? Is that allowed?
The mixing question. It does raise an important point. And the consensus seems to be, yes, mixing happens, it's often fine, but
There's always a but.
consistency is generally your friend, especially within, say, the same sentence or thought.
Okay.
The source had that funny line about the crime against accent, saying mum and trash can in the same breath.
Yeah, that does sound a bit jarring unless you're deliberately playing with it.
Exactly. Now look, the grammar police aren't going to hunt you down if you use lift when speaking mainly American English. Language is fluid. But aiming for some consistency, especially if you're writing formally or want to sound clearly aligned with one style, is probably good practice.
So clarity is the goal.
Ultimately, yes. Fluency is about communicating effectively. Finding your own voice is part of that, and your voice might naturally be a blend. That's okay. It's more important than sticking rigidly to one rulebook.
That's really helpful. Wow, what a journey we've taken. From T sounds and those tricky biscuit
The biscuit minefield.
to why color has that U. It really highlights the richness and the quirks.
It does.
So for you listening, I guess the main thing is just keep going, keep practicing. Don't get too hung up on which English is the right one.
Absolutely agree. Find what works for you. Enjoy the process. And remember, whether you say schedule or schedule.
Or tomato or tomelide, although maybe not quite.
Well, maybe. But seriously, whether it's an apartment or a flat, being understood, making that connection, that's the real goal, isn't it? Language is for connecting people.
Couldn't have said it better. So maybe think about this. What differences stand out most to you, and how might that shape your own English learning path?